Good afternoon. I'm Alex Odopal. I am the principal here at Columbia River High School. It is October 22nd. It is about 3:30 in the afternoon, and I want to thank you for tuning in. We've tried to make a commitment to weekly communication through our newsletter, through SMORE, and embedded in those newsletters have been some videos. We've done a couple of parking updates, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. This information applies to every individual on campus that is riding a vehicle to school. So I want to just share this information with everybody, and taking me about 10 minutes to get through the rehearsals. So hang in there with me. I got some good news for seniors at the end of the presentation. So there's that little spoiler alert. Good news is coming, seniors. Parking permits. Faculty will be swapping out your parking permits. You're going to have a number on a permit that matches the number on the pavement. That goes for everybody. We're going to start with faculty, asking you to bring your permit to Bonnie. We'll swap those out starting Monday. There's 50. This is one of the 50. There's 49 left. So teachers, each of you will swap out because we have a color update, we have number updates. I'm going to begin with that on a map right now. After I do just a couple of reminders about safety in general with parking, and being in the parking lot, a couple of reminders about safety off and on campus, and but we're looking out for one another. Being harmonious in the parking lot is key. So 5 miles an hour is as fast as we want anybody to travel on grounds, on the parking lot, in a vehicle. So want to keep your speed manageable. So the recommendation, and we have some signs up, 5 miles an hour. When we are having interactions and intermixing some of the construction, some of the subcontractors' vehicles, in fact, they're bringing in cement and taking out dirt or bringing in large machinery. We want to make sure that we are all monitoring our speed and safety. And a reminder, when we are walking in the parking lot, we want to make sure we're not walking between vehicles. So especially out of the bus lot, you don't want to walk in between two massive buses, a couple tons of metal. You want to be careful. So walk around, take the extra moments to be safe. Enough on that. Drop off and pick up. I just sincere thanks for all the patients out there. We don't like waiting in line. Nobody does. And I want to just say thank you to those of you who are being so patient and cautious as we make some adjustments to relieve the stress of on the vehicles and the stress that we all experience waiting in line. So I'm going to share a couple of items with you here, a couple pieces of information, and we'll get going. Construction will be taking up a series, not a series, a small group of parking spaces. So the farthest east, construction will take that last line for staging and for some of the workers that come in. And that way we can ensure that the construction goes to the construction activities and students go to the classroom activities. And so we're separating the two efforts as best we can. That's just for everybody's safety. So vehicles that will be working with construction will be on that far east, that first row to your right when you enter the east lot. The students' opportunities to park in the east lot really open up when we can assign the faculty and students to the west side finally. You can see here that we've moved many people from the front to the back, the faculty moving from front to back. Again, faculty swap out your tags to get that new assignment. You'll get this roster. One of the things that I want to highlight here on this sheet is an area we call the Cove, and that is between the bus lot and the east entrance. We have a little kind of cove where we will assign spaces for students in Cascadia Tech, Running Start, and those who are athletes, those arriving early, staying late, The parking lot lights are now all working, all functioning. And so we have a lot of illumination out there, which is, again, going back to safety, that keeps us well aware of our surroundings and what's happening around us. So we are excited to open this up. Again, juniors or seniors, magnet program, running start, and special circumstances, you can stay up on the east side in the cove or in the east parking lot. You can see the numbers there. We have a pretty good amount of space. Now, the good stuff on the west side, where I will share with you an image first, and then I'll come back to our roster. In this image, we've taken some of the technical drawings from early on. This is before, this is early on, we started looking at parking. So this is called the proposed classroom building. We now know it as the new 500 building. So put yourself in, just to orient you and where you are going to be viewing this. This is the west entrance to the main hall right here. We have our chillers, and then we have a new structure. It's a trash enclosure where we will be able to take the dumpsters and the recycling that is sitting currently around this wall and place them inside that trash enclosure and really kind of clean things up back there. We're not 100% there. In fact, there's a backhoe working on one section of our landscape over here, and then we have some pavement that's being tended to in this corner over here by the entrance to the baseball field. And there's some parking back here that we will not be assigning. There's a gate right here that we are probably going to keep a special close eye on, just because we think we can fit just about everybody in these spaces here. So 200, space number 200 is begins over here at the west entry at the light. And so these are spaces starting right here going around this wall will be assigned to faculty. Same with this first row closest to our chiller, and this row closest to the 500. So all these spaces that you can see are either green or blue will be assigned to faculty. The gate is not installed yet. It's still being fabricated. And so we will have a gate and a fence on this side, and we will have a gate. We do have the posts up for a gate over here on this northwest corner of the 500. So that could be an access point. And then we have a fence and a gate that will be here on near the horticulture entrance. And so we are buttoned up as far as safety goes when those gates get installed. Until that point, we'll continue to use the west doors and be very, very careful, students. And remember, use the west doors, and then we can get you into the building. We know that there's some pinch points on traffic, just foot traffic on campus and in the building, particularly in the upper courtyard, the 400 entrance to the 500 wing. We know that gets clogged up. So we're trying to space things out a little bit. And so that will help if we use the west doors. And then once those gates, and we can secure that backside, that'll really open up things when students are exiting or entering the building, as long as we have supervision out here. We do have a set of security cameras in every direction back there. So we are able to observe what happens there. But we always like to be present and be there to welcome and greet our students and also wave goodbye at the end of the day. So it's a lot of words around where faculty are going to park. Let's talk about student parking in the back. This uphill, and what we used to call the perch, will open up to students. That's about 36 spaces there. We have our 4 rows of student spaces here. Up against the greenhouse, we have a set of spaces, and then all the way around this wall, we have a set of student spaces that we'll be assigning to students in about the next 2 weeks or so. For right now, students will park in those spaces. Do not, students, park in the faculty assigned areas. Again, there are parking spaces back here in foul territory. Gets a little baseballish in the spring. So be mindful of that if you are here after school during an athletic competition, during a baseball practice or game. Heads up, foul territory. The other items I need to show you related to parking and space are, and I do keep hanging in there. I do have some good news, seniors. Across the street, Kesed Church, we have our spaces up there that we share with Kesed. They have been kind in hosting us. We will continue to respect their space, and reminders, school rules apply to and from school. So students, if you're walking up there to eat lunch, or if you're walking up there to get something out of your car, make sure that you are being a great guest in that parking lot. Same goes for Messiah Lutheran. We have a number of spaces along this 9th Ave, right over here on 96th and 9th Avenue. It's about a block, so it's a bit of a walk, but 25 parking spaces, actually 26. And then across the street, if we get into another pinch, we have Eisenhower Elementary, where this is school district property. So we have been working with the team at Eisenhower. That is an option for us as well. Students, again, I'll say, school rules apply. So if they're the activities that take place in those parking lots should be activities that take place in classrooms when we are running a highly successful academic program like we do every day here at Columbia River High School. I wonder if there's any questions you might have. The last piece for students is you're going to get a permit, and you're going to get a number. The number on the permit will match the number on the pavement. You will get these in the next few weeks. We will be calling you in to pick those up. All right. And senior here is, or juniors and seniors, you must have an off-campus pass if you're going to be leaving campus. We are a closed campus. So if you're a sophomore or a freshman that's viewing this, you're not driving on campus, and it's a closed campus, and you're staying on campus for your entire academic day. If you're going to check out, you go through the office and see Bonnie at the attendance window. Back to seniors. Here's the good news. Seniors, you're going to be able to personalize the spaces that you are assigned, and we'll be working on a process over the next couple of weeks with that. So much more to come on that. I think that's good news for you. I know how important that activity is for all. So thank you for your attention and your time. Thank you for being wonderful learners in this community. Thanks for the support, parents, and thanks for sticking around and watching this entire video on parking. All right. We'll be reaching out. If you have questions, if you don't know whether you're assigned a parking space or not, wait and you will be called. Thanks. Take care. Have a great weekend. And that is my message for today, October 22nd.